The Danny, January 16th, 2026, and today we are at The Point in Orlando. It's a shopping district, basically about 5-10 minutes away from Universal Orlando. Let me get out of the sun here. And we are going to JoJo's Shake Bar. It is probably the most popular and viral, highest rated shake bar in the city of Orlando. So come along, like, subscribe, and let's roll. Weather update. Very cold. It's about 50 degrees right now. It's gonna dip down into the low 40s, high 30s tonight. So done with the shake bar. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you around the Point Orlando. They got like an IMAX theater here. They got shops. Take a little look around. It's walking distance to the convention center. The Orange County Convention Center is actually the second biggest in the country. So we're gonna do a video on that for sure. Obviously, we got MegaCon coming up at the end of March during spring break. That's gonna be fun. All right, here we are at JoJo's Shake Bar. This place, Friday, Saturday nights, big convention lets out. What's up? Big convention lets out, you know, sort of Universal, Islands of Adventure, Epic Universe. If those are busy, this place is gonna be nuts. If you see those cars straight ahead, that is International Drive. So let's go in, let's try a shake. Quick look at the menu. They got all kinds of food. They got Uncle Reuben, they got loaded grilled cheese, and then obviously we're here for the shakes. So let's take a look at the shakes. We got the Rocky, the Wonder Years. We got the Girl Scout. What's the Rocky? What is that, 4? Bananas, Reese's Pieces, shake, toffee, marshmallow. The Wonder Years is blueberry, shake, candy, marshmallow, gummy. I don't know, Girl Scout looks pretty good. Toasted marshmallow. All right. Hi. Take a look here at the JoJo's Shake Bar. Pretty cool. Cool concept, cool design. Have a little bar over there. Here is a look at the menu. Again, they got drinks, they got healthy salads. This is you can get everything in this spot. All right. So here we got the shake. I got the Girl Scout, marshmallow cookie. Got like this. I don't know what this is. Like a s'more with a graham crackers between it, whipped cream ring with green and blacks, or green and brown sprinkles. Looks good. Looks good. Let's try it. So, all right. So I've had the shake so far. The cookie's all right. You know, a little hard. This is a $15 shake. It is next to the tourist areas. So, you know, I'll give you my thoughts when I get outside. The music's on right now, but you gotta suck that straw out of the cup to get that shake out of there. The decorative stuff here, guys. At the outside back patio, front door, and then here we have another drunken grown-ups. You ever go somewhere to eat and you know within about 5 seconds of being there that it's gonna suck? Well, I had a feeling. So JoJo's Shake Bar, not good. 5 out of 10. The cookie, the s'mores, marshmallow, I'm pretty sure they were made about 3 days ago. Stale, lacked flavor, cheap product. The shake tasted like a Wendy's shake. Now you're thinking, Danny, come on, if the shake's $5, $6, $7, who cares? So no, the actual shake is $16. You add a $3 and something change tip, it's $20. When I went to the Purple Pit down in Polk County, I spent $6 and the shake was delicious. The employees, you know, they were attentive, but not, you know, they're not blowing you away with their customer service. So I'll never be going there again. I'm going to show you guys now a little bit around the point here in Orlando. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you around the point a little bit. I'm going to show you some of the restaurants and attractions. This place, pretty much Monday through Thursday, really Monday through Wednesday is very, very slow. You're not going to see a lot of people here. You might get some people at night from the theme parks, but what really fills the point, in my opinion, 25% Universal and Disney, 75% whatever convention is filling up the Orange County Convention Center, which is, like I said, walking distance. Like for instance, like with MegaCon, this place is bananas. It's bananas and apples. But so like now they have like a golf convention going on, and so you got a ton of quarter zips coming up here tonight. You got like a veterinary conference I saw, so they're going to be coming out here, and people just come out here and commiserate, drink, eat, all that stuff. So this place here is called Dick's Last Resort. I'll show you a little bit of Dick's Last Resort, and here we have a little that Dick right here, boy. Cool. It's like a little bar type vibe, little, you know, wings and beer joint kind of looks like. Come in here, you get a little quick shot of Dick's. Nice. All right, you got a little outdoor eating area too. What a rip-off that place was. Terrible experience. If Melissa was here right now, she'd be like, all right, move on, forget about it. Forget about it, move on. If you do not know, there is an IMAX theater here at the Point in Orlando. Gotta say I'm more of a Dolby guy, but I will be watching The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan here. So he did shoot it all on IMAX, but good old movie theaters. Nice and empty right now. Here's the Comedy Club of Orlando, the Funny Bone. Come out here, see some pretty famous acts. We got Ismo, never heard of him. Drag Brunch. We got, let's see if we recognize anybody. Tony Dabbs, never. Chico Bean, never heard of him. Steph Tolf, never heard of her. Oh, Tommy Davidson, obviously, classic and living color. And finally, Bob Marley. Out here in the Point, it's not really, you know, especially after a certain time, 8, 9, maybe 10 o'clock at night, it's not really a kid-friendly place. It's more for adults. So either way, it's fun. Here's another cool little bar you can come to if you're out here in the Point, the Cowboy Bar. Nice little outdoor seating area. This place I know does get very busy. When there are big conventions and whatnot, it can get very busy. They got line dancing, all that stuff. So take a picture with this bull right here if you want to. It's cool. This is a cool little bar. Do they got bowling in here? I don't even know. PBR. PBR is professional bull riders, right? I'm not sure if you guys can see, but there's an actual bull in there that you can ride. And of course, wouldn't be a tourist area without having a Greek Oppa bar. Want to come here and throw some plates and talk about your divorced husband? No, I'm kidding. You guys want to see a place I'll never go eat again? There you go. Guys, here's a look at the new Taffer's Tavern. This is the new tavern of Jake Taffer. If you don't know who Jake Taffer is, he is the guy who became famous basically for a show called Bar Rescue. He would just go on there and just start yelling at people, your bar sucks, you people suck, your food sucks. So this place must be pretty good. This is it, Jake Taffer's Bar. Come join them. Delicious food, great service. Not bad, right? To be honest, the manager was right next to me, and I just wanted to get permission to shoot the inside of the bar. So I said that I've never been there. It might be good, it might not. So, you know, try it out. If it sucks, don't go back. Here's International Drive. That building you see off in the distance, that is the Hyatt Regency. I've stayed there many times. Great hotel. And also, it's Hyatt's higher end hotel. So for the price, the service, the quality, highly recommend. Great memories there. Okay, we swing away over here. We got the Point. We got a Cuban restaurant. I think it's called Cuba Libre. Or if you want me to pronounce it more accurate, Cuba Libre. But here we have it anyways. This is a place called here the Hampton Social. The Quarter Zips love it here. It is a nice little restaurant. I'm not gonna lie, it is. Cool hangout spot. You can come out here, talk about, hey, listen, can you believe Jake said what he said? Yeah, I don't know if that deal's gonna go through, Don. We have the pub here. The pub, they got one down in Fort Lauderdale. I know they got a few spots. That, you know, great spot for beer, for sure. That I will say. A lot of outdoor seating here. Cool little area. You know, I guess, you know, you're in a convention. You wanna come out here and hang out. It's not bad. Just don't try the milkshakes. All right, back here in my garage. I don't quite know. You know, I'm gonna give it a name eventually. This is kind of like my little area to talk and give updates, and I might, you know, I'm thinking about setting it up and just creating like a, I don't know, like kind of like a makeshift headquarters. I want to call it Captain's Lair. and if you're wondering why I want to call it that, give you a quick backstory. When I was younger, when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, and I was paralyzed. I was paralyzed from a horrible disease called Guillain-Barré. It's much more well known now, but paralyzed from that. My favorite movie to watch while I was in the hospital and recovering, I did almost pass away. My favorite movie to watch at the time was Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. And I would always crack up when he would say, Captain's Log. Back home, went and vlogged JoJo's Shake, whatever it's called, and walked around the Point at Orlando, the shops. Pretty good time. To be honest and to be open, as I sip, as a 39-year-old man, as I sip my water and Alka-Seltzer, extra strength. I don't know, I was there, and the fact that the shake didn't taste very good, and it's really cold out. And for me, you know, the cold, I'm a South Florida guy, so for me, the cold is not my favorite. I'll vacation to it. I like to vacation to the cold, but you know, just something I got to get used to. And I'm feeling a little bit under the weather too. So either way, I will say that I have been a little bit uninspired ever since Adam, you know, passed away. Ever since his passing, things have felt just like off, you know, when I'm out there vlogging. I try to push through. I'm getting videos up, but to see somebody that was so full of life to be taken the way he was, you know, and for his life to come to an end that way is, I still think about it all the time. And the most difficult part really was going to his resting spot, his grave. This again, I'm not familiar with with Central Florida like I am with South Florida. Even now, almost 2.5 years here. He's from St. Cloud, which is south of me. We went down to the cemetery one morning, and the cemetery and I believe he had picked it out before his death. And again, because I know he had made a video maybe 8 or 9 months prior to his death, saying that he was handling that kind of stuff, and not that he foresaw anything coming, at least from what I can see, but you get down there and the cemetery is very much Adam's kind of place. I think he liked. He would have wanted to rest. It's a very simple, small cemetery, beautiful trees surrounding, and but the hardest part is seeing somebody so full of life at 51. I mean, 51, you're in the thick of life, and you're still young enough to go out and enjoy life the way he did, but you're older and wiser. The hardest part for me, and I'm somebody that I don't really get emotional in front of people. I have gotten emotional in front of Melissa, obviously, and parents and all that, and my kids, but it's not really often. I usually do it in private. So, you get there and it's just the stillness of, where he's laying, the dirt. It's just how quiet it is. It's a reminder that we're all one day gonna go to the end, and then I'm 30, and then bringing it back to me, I'm 39 years old now, and in 6 months, almost exactly to the day, I will be 40 years old. I will be at the midpoint of my life, and I don't know if that's the midpoint exactly, but about the midway point, right? Hopefully we all live longer, but as you get to my age, you start to lose people, right? You start, like, I've lost an uncle. I've lost my mom's cousin, who we were very close with. We've lost, Adam. We've lost, I've lost all my grandparents. So, and this kind of reminds me, and again, always goes back to movies, because movies is kind of what affects me and how I think of things. But it reminds me of that speech that Al Pacino gave in Any Given Sunday. He starts it off with, when you get old in life, you start to lose things. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going out there and I vlog stuff, and you drink this terrible shake, and it's like, and then you start to get kind of bitter about things, and you start to get kind of not upset, but just bothered by the smallest things. Like the other day, I wanted to complain that there's some 18, 19-year-old kids, and maybe this is just being me, older man screaming from the porch kind of deal, but there's some 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that I just don't, I don't know, they don't know how to act in public, or I don't know, whatever it is, but I don't, when you're out there doing what I do, you get an opportunity to kind of be in your own thoughts, and I don't know, his death, again, like I never really met him. I met him a couple times. We exchanged a few words. I think he kind of knew who I was because he would always kind of nod at me at Publix. But ultimately, he was a huge inspiration for me doing this channel, and is somebody that taught me that you always got to keep going in life. So, quick little story: when my grandmother, was diagnosed with cancer, I think I was about 24 years old. I remember being at my grandmother's house, and I remember that it was not a good diagnosis, and it was something that, and my grandmother was always a fighter. This is my mom's mom, and she was always a fighter and always somebody, always brought people together, kind of just like Adam, and was a kind soul and all that, right? So, and this is about the importance of pushing through and kind of never giving up, right? From what I understand and from what I remember, and I want to get this correct, her diagnosis for the cancer that she had was terminal. I don't know if it was terminal or it became terminal or whatever it was, but one of the lasting images that I have of her, is waking up in the morning and watching her put vegetables, she would put them in a blender to, I guess create a drink that would be for her. Seeing her put vegetables in a blender, and I believe my grandmother passed away at 70 or 71 years old. And again, full of life, even at that age, to see her fighting like that for her life, to see Adam, how he passed away, again at 51, my uncle, my mom's brother, who, again, full of life, always, he was like the annoying uncle. I was 15, 16, he'd come over and annoy me. But I know at the end of the day, he loved me and I loved him very much. My dad's parents, who loved me like crazy. And my dad's mother, who also passing from cancer, refused blood transfusions because of her religious beliefs. So again, I'm out there, things like this I start thinking about it. It doesn't happen obviously every time. This is once in a blue moon, but ever since the passing of Adam, obviously it's come up a lot more. So not only with him in his life, but in my own personal life. So I want to mention my grandfather on my mom's side, who was always awesome and hard to watch him towards the end of his life, and some of the memories I made with him. Also lost another, this is all in my later, my second half of my 30s. My grandmother's sister's husband, who was basically my neighbor my entire life, because my grandmother and her sister lived next to each other, and it was difficult losing him. I remember one year for Halloween, I knocked on his door and he came out in a wolf suit. I mean, this thing looked like the wolf mask from, American Werewolf in London. I mean, and I ran. But he, always nice to me, always, happy to see me. So, but going back to Adam, right? Now that I'm vlogging, obviously he starts coming up in my mind, and this is somebody, for those that don't know, this is somebody I would watch every day, nearly every day. So you do get to know these people, you know, and you get to get a peek into their life and you know, and then I'm, you know, moving, you know, where he, you know, moving right by each other. And I've always wanted to move to Celebration, even before he came back from California over here and whatnot. But I was watching one of Justin Scard's videos, and shout out to Justin. Justin Scard is probably his closest friend, maybe even his best friend. I don't really know for sure, but I know they were very close. His videos have been amazing on Adam, sort of his tributes. Same with Will DeMica, same with Tampa J, same with Sean Clark, Tim Tracker, also some great videos. Who else? I know I'm missing a few, but yeah. Justin actually said something on one of his videos recently that kind of stuck with me, that because Justin's been, you know, he's been going through it and mourning and the whole thing. And he says that two movies that, and Adam loves movies, Justin loves movies. He said that two movies that Adam would always tell Justin to watch when he was going through a rough time or a bad time or a grieving or a breakup or whatever it is. One was Castaway. Totally agree with that. Especially the end scene when he's holding the glass, talking about his experience on the island. Recommend everybody to watch that scene. And The Shawshank Redemption, which, if you guys don't know, is my favorite movie of all time. So, with that said, you can only do two things when you are going through a bad time or you've had a bad day or whatnot. And that's get busy living or get busy dying. Like, subscribe, I'm out.